Trying to run the fastest known time for a route is certainly no easy task, but you give it what you have.
I'm just following the orange beacon ahead of me. We're pushing so hard here.
And find out if it's enough.
Hello, Harry here. Currently on my way to meet Chris from the YouTube channel Here We Are Running. But this isn't the first time that Chris and I have met up to take on this route.
FKT stands for fastest known time. Chris and I were hoping to beat the FKT for the Mole Gap Trail out and back, a total route of just over 18 kilometres in length, or 11.2 miles, including gates, hills and bridges that would take us between the English towns of Leatherhead and Dorking and back again. We'd failed it once before,
a few weeks back, and unfortunately we took a wrong turning.
We've lost a lot of time here. A lot of time.
A turning that actually took us so far off course, we just couldn't claw it back. So we're regrouping, we've picked a new date today.
but this time we were determined.
Attempt number 2. I'll go off you, Chris.
Me. Yeah, 2, 1, let's go.
Chris's watch has a habit of not starting correctly. This time was no different.
We'll try that again. Okay, attempt number 2 at the Mole Gap Trail. Here we go, on Chris.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Here we go.
We were off.
Attempt number 2.
Successfully. Tracking Chris, we began at a quick but sustainable pace.
Thank you.
Already in conversation, 1k ticked by.
5 minutes and 17 seconds for the first kilometre. Chris was just saying that it was only a few weeks back that we met here and attempted it when it all went ever so slightly wrong.
There is nothing there, is there? There's nothing that looks... We think we've gone wrong.
One of the advantages of coming back a little more quickly is that it's a little fresher in our minds. So the chance of, I mean, this is famous last words, but the chance of us making a wrong turning.
You're not going to go wrong today. You're not.
You heard it from Chris. He's optimistic. I don't know.
Lots of other things might happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Not going wrong.
Chris might break his leg, but at least we won't have taken a wrong turn. We're just trying to keep a steady pace at the moment. It's a long way to go, so just trying to play it safe.
Heading through stinging nettles, Chris updated me.
I think I'm okay, feeling fresh at the moment.
I waved at a half-hearted paddleboarder, Chris and I discussing the miles ahead before hitting one of the many gates on this route.
So on good pace for the first 2 kilometres. We hit the first of the slopes as we're running up now as we enter the darkness of these woods. Overall though, feeling fairly fresh. Both of us have had a couple of days just to rest the legs up a bit. We're optimistic, but it's still a long way to go.
You know when we said we're not going to go wrong, but anything else could go wrong?
Yeah.
We're not going to navigate wrong. So I've just knocked the lap button
Oh no.
on my watch on that gate.
Excellent.
My splits are going to be out now.
We're going to be back here in a few months saying, this is part 5, our 5th attempt. It'd be nice to get it done today. We can put it to rest. Winding up through the trees, Chris leading the way here.
I checked the watch for an update.
18 minutes and 30 seconds into the run and a distance covered just over 3.3 kilometres so far. Just going to dig in and keep going.
Trail led to the road, to the grass.
Bit of deja vu as we head up cornering this field, clambering back up the trail. Just the first heavy breathing coming from both myself and Chris as we hit the first big hill.
It served as a strong reminder of how difficult running up hills can be.
When compared to the flat. So we're not far away from that dreaded point at which we went wrong.
See, this looks kind of right from memory, but
It's just got a lot more difficult. The trail sort of encourages you to carry on forward, which is what we did, probably mid-conversation.
We were determined this time to get it right.
now, is this it? No, that's
no.
not it. That's not it. Oh,
Got
close.
anxiety now, looking for this corner of doom.
But then,
That looks a lot more like
This
it.
looks like it. This looks like it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
chasing Chris, we were on the right path.
Right, we've not gone wrong in the same place. This
Yes!
is good news. This is better than before.
This is where we want. Straight through. Last time we had altercations with cows and calves. So I'm hoping this time the route will be a little clearer. We must be well ahead now.
Last time we'd run an extra couple of kilometres by this stage.
Oh, yeah.
When we got to Dorking, I did check the stats afterwards and we were actually on the right sort of pace for that amount of distance to get the FKT, and we would have just had 7 more kilometres to run. But of course, we were way behind where we needed to be at that stage because we had run those extra 2 kilometres.
So right now we're following this grassy track, which is correct, but last time we were up there in that tree line, ascending a big hill, just starting to question our choice of direction. And what we've done is come slightly to the right of it. Yeah. It's a pretty horrible feeling, actually. The pressure of that ticking clock means you try to stay calm, but there's a mild sort of panic in your head going, uh-oh, this could cost us.
Crossing a bridge, we were making good progress.
Right, no cows out on the route here so far today, but we have seen evidence of a lot of cows.
Chris gave me an update on just how close we were running to the record pace.
Wow, so we're about 5 seconds under target pace at the moment, so we're running it pretty much perfectly so far, if I can use such a bold word. Just got to keep this going now.
Arriving at an old but beautiful bridge, we bounded across the thin planks.
Just as a reminder, the time to beat is 1 hour, 44 minutes and 2 seconds. When was that set, Chris?
Oh, earlier this year, I think.
Is there a way that they get notified that we've taken the trophy?
Of course, they'll be watching this video.
Obviously, they'll be shouting at a computer screen, slow down! That's our title. Well, guess what? We're coming for it. Train passing. We make our way up towards Dorking turnaround point. 6 kilometers in, still a ways to go.
The next road sloped sharply upwards.
It's hills such as these that make what seems like a fairly doable pace when you look at it on paper actually harder than you might expect.
Soon we were tearing down an alleyway, trying not to get hit by the hedge.
Not quite as humid conditions as last time, but the warmth is definitely in the air. We've been running for just under 37 minutes. Cheers, thanks very much.
The narrow alleyway transformed into a wide open vineyard.
And we made it to Denbies vineyard. The vines have grown a little bit more in the last few weeks since we were last here.
Yeah.
No grapes yet though, no grapes yet.
This time a little more on target and a little more on pace for our goal of beating the FKT. It's warm. This incline, however, may have other ideas. It's quite long. Trying to make up for it on whatever downhills we do get.
The last of the hills before Dorking, we climbed our way out from between the vines and were relieved to be rolling downhill into the town.
On the sort of final straight to the halfway point, if you can phrase it that way, heading up over the bridge here, across the train tracks, Chris leading us down into Dorking. 8.67 kilometers, 47.03, just rolling down the hill now, clawing back a few seconds, give us a little bit of a buffer, but it is a balancing act between giving yourself just enough buffer, but also not exhausting the legs so that you die on the way back into civilization once again.
Making our way up towards the high street would mark around 9 kilometers run.
We're approaching halfway at Dorking. Right, St Martin's Walk in Dorking. There it is.
Halfway.
49, just over 49 and a half minutes I make it.
Anyone that watched this that didn't know how far we're going would be like, oh, great run. And then they'd see us turn around and go, what, you're headed back? Chris just doing some calculations saying that we've got 2 minutes in the bank, sort of in credit, if you like.
We are on target.
The only thing that keeps us ever so slightly on edge is anyone that knows distance running, especially on trails, is anything can happen and will happen. It's amazing what one wrong turning can do, as we found out last time.
Chris noticed something interesting about his watch reading.
So my heart rate zone is currently the same colour as Harry's jog on top.
Coming back out of Dorking was not easy.
And it's this kind of stuff where the 2 minutes comes in handy, because this is a bit of a killer on the legs and the lungs.
Quieter now, we tracked the footpath through gate number 1000 and back through the vineyard as we hit
11 kilometers run, and we've also just passed the 1 hour mark, aiming for this gap in the wall here. And down we go. That's 12 kilometers. Got to be careful of branches like that for us tall runners.
Since our turnaround, the cows had reappeared.
Finally approaching this bridge on the way back, a good marker that we've got a chunk of this done.
Dragging open the gates, we crossed the bridge again, a little heavier footed now. 12.66 kilometers covered, it was getting tiring.
Just turning the legs over along the edge of this field as we make our way up back towards dodgy turning corner that we got right this time, past the parked jog-on van, Chris's car. There awaits a finish line and hopefully glory, but I won't speak too soon. Let's try and get this section done now.
We were moving back towards
the infamous wrong turning of part 1, and determination is in the air now. Filming aside, videos aside, we really would just like to be able to do this, get on that leaderboard and just say for however long it does stand that we had the fastest known time for the Mole Gap Trail. Lungs hurting a little bit, some sweat, but it's not going to deter us, making the most of the buffer whilst trying to keep our foot on the pedal. 1 hour, 16 minutes and 14 seconds, 13.84 kilometers covered. It's approaching the end of what has been a very long uphill battle.
The last kilometre has been all uphill.
The muscle's tired.
I'm just following the orange beacon ahead of me.
Finishing the long hill, Chris was clearly tiring, but staying focused on the task in front of us.
Yeah, well, it was just long, wasn't it? Yeah. We can do this.
Aware we were just a couple of minutes under record pace, we put the hammer down on the declines and really tried to get some momentum back through the woods.
FKT, here we come. Jog on with Harry Morgan, combined with Chris from Here We Are Running, taking on the fastest known time of the Mole Gap Trail. We might just be able to make it. Pace is looking really good on these downhills here. 15 kilometers done.
Now it was just gritting our teeth towards Leatherhead.
Back through the overgrown section, trying not to get stung on the legs too much.
Half-hearted paddleboarder gone, my breathing was becoming laboured.
About to hit 16.1 kilometers. There it is, 10 miles, 129.37. Right turn here. Just coming up to the 10-minute countdown in which to get to that finish line and register an FKT.
We're pushing so hard here. A kilometre to go. We're just approaching Leatherhead.
Entering Leatherhead over the bridge, we were soon back in the town.
I was trying to plug away up the high street.
Doubled over, Chris was really beginning to suffer from the constant effort.
1 hour, 39 minutes and 2 seconds.
We needed to cross the road.
We've got to get over, haven't we?
To get into the park.
Last bit now, here we go.
Where the finish line waited.
That's 18 kilometers, 5:13, great pacing. Flying down through the park now. Here we go. Coming up to our finishing point. Beautiful. Woo! Yes. Oh man, I had just over the 140 mark.
Yeah, same here.
5:31 kilometer average, beautiful. 18.13 kilometers covered. Chris is down and out. That was hard, it was long. Well done, Chris. Oh man, what a great run though, what a great route. I'm so glad we came back to take it back on after our initial issues with the route. But we came back and we conquered.
Both exhausted, I knelt on the grass as Chris lay there, having given it our all.
So that was the fastest known time attempt for the Mole Gap Trail out and back with Chris from Here We Are Running and myself, Harry, from Jog On. I'm very pleased to say that on the second attempt we actually managed it, beating the time by just under 4 minutes. Those last few kilometres were quite tricky, weren't they, Chris?
I think we definitely felt it by the end of that run.
It was a bit of a slog coming up the high street, but we came back, we did it, we conquered it. Personally, I'm very grateful for Chris inviting me along to take part in this amazing challenge. I'm Harry Morgan, that's Chris. This is Jog On, that's Here We Are Running, and thank you for watching.